Aries, welcome back to the channel. Monica Loop here at the Love Messages. So today we're going to be doing your reading. We're going to be taking a look at past, present, and future. We're going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Keep in mind this reading is general, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If it does resonate with you, there will be a link in the description box for the extended, along with any other services that you may be interested in, okay? Let's hop right into your reading and let's see what's going on for you at this time. Okay, so your challenge for the month of January is the Magician, and what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Wands, okay? So starting off with your challenge, you have the Magician here, and the Magician is all about creating, okay? Manifesting, creating. Now, of course, one of the things that you should be aware of is that Mars, your ruler, is currently going retrograde. It was in retrograde in Leo, and now it has shifted over into the sign of Cancer, and it is currently retrograding at this time. So there may be this feeling at this time, depending on where the sign of Cancer is in your chart, there may be this feeling of certain things in your life that you may not have control over, okay? And your challenge here is going to be the Magician, which is creating that which you believe you want right now at this time. Even though right now it may feel challenging, that it's difficult in some way, shape, or form to manifest what you want, this is something that is still possible if you want, okay? Now, of course, we're going to clarify the Magician. We're going to see why it's your challenge in a moment. Now, in the recent past, you have the Empress, you have the Tower, and you have the Strength. So I feel like in the past, there was a situation that happened in your life where things started to feel like they were chaotic. Things in your life may have felt like they were starting to crumble. For some of you, this could have been a relationship, a job. This could have just been something here that, you know, a home situation, something here that was once very stable, really started to feel a little bit shaky here in the past, okay? For some of you, this could have involved a mother, okay? You know, either you could be a mother, or this could be a mother that you were dealing with, or just a mother dynamic situation. So I do feel there was an environment here that you were involved in where things were very nurturing at one point, and you could have tried everything in your power here in the past, Aries, to keep this situation together. But what seems to have happened here in the past was a Tower moment, okay? And we're gonna see why this happened and what you need to know when it comes to the recent past. Now, in the present moment, you have the Moon, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you have the Knight of Wands. So I feel like in the present moment, there's definitely a lot of uncertainty here with the Moon, okay? The Moon is very elusive. The Moon is there's a lot of uncertainty here. A lot of secrets, a lot of unknowns here. Now, of course, with Mars retrograding, which Mars is your ruler, it's retrograding in Cancer. Cancer is it could be a very mysterious sign. It's also a very home-based sign. So this could have something to do with your home here with the Moon showing up. Now, the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands is here, which is a really good message for you. This is really important. And why it's really important is because there's something in your life in the present moment that's changing for the better. Whether you know that or not, there's something here that is going to change, and you're not quite sure of how this is going to go because the Moon is here. But I think one of the things that you should be aware of, Aries, is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is talking about taking action. And although we are in the retrograde with Aries, there may be a hesitation on taking action just because you don't know where this action is going to lead. But one of the things that I feel is really important for you to be aware of is the fact that the Wheel of Fortune is here. And in the month of January, which is part of one of the Wheel of Fortune signs, which is Aquarius, There is going to be some sort of significant change, but I feel this change that you're taking action towards, that you're not really sure if you should take action towards, is going to lead to a lot of abundance and success for you with the Wheel of Fortune here. And of course, we're going to get more information as we get into this reading and see what's going on for you, okay? Now, in the near future, you have the Hermit, okay? You have the Star, and you have the Ace of Cups. So in the near future, there's going to be a lot of this internalization with the Hermit. There's going to be a lot of thinking about the future, because there's something in your life possibly right now at this time that's really making you rethink things. The way you take action, how you respond to certain situations, how you're involved in certain things in your life. And I feel there is going to be some sort of brand new beginning for you that leads to so much abundance, that leads to so much overflow of emotion here for you with the Ace of Cups. If you're single, there could be an opportunity to meet somebody new here in the near future. There could be a new project that you're doing, something here you're starting in the near future that leads to a lot of emotional fulfillment for you. It's like, wow, I finally am able to do this thing that I've always wanted to do. And it definitely has something to do with your future and possibly some sort of goals that you've always wanted to achieve. So I see you getting more serious here in the near future about something here that you've always wanted, okay? We're gonna find out more about that when we clarify. Now, what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is all about moving into a new direction. Now, because, again, I'm going to go back to Mars, your ruler, because whenever your ruling planet is in retrograde, there's a lot to learn, okay? One of the things that you may be learning in terms of what you don't see coming is the fact that a lot of you are going to be revising your actions, what and how you've been doing things. Maybe you used to do things one way, but a lot of you are going to change the way that you have been doing things. And I do see what you don't see coming is a lot of you are going to be moving into a completely new direction. Some of you currently right now are making plans to move into a new direction. And this new direction that you're deciding to go into has a lot to do with the way you are changing your attitudes, your actions, your things that you're committing yourself to. So some of you are tired of something here, you know, in the present moment, and you're saying, I need to do X, Y, and Z. This card with the Page of Wands, I feel like it's very much intuitively what I'm picking up on is there's very much a strong energy here of planning something, you know, planning a new direction, planning a trip, planning to achieve something, planning to do something that you've always wanted to. So that's what you don't see coming, the fact that you are going to be moving into a completely new direction. And the Page of Wands is an interesting card in this tarot deck, in this card, because you see the water here is drying up at the bottom. So something in your life isn't functioning possibly the way that it was before. And now you may be saying to yourself, now is the time to make changes, to move into a new direction. Okay. So this is what I'm seeing for you. We're going to clarify all the cards. We're going to see what's taking place for you. We have the Magician here. So the Magician is all about creating, manifesting. Some of you feel powerless at this time. You may have this feeling that you lack control in a situation. And of course, with your ruler Mars, again, I keep going back to that because there's something important that you should know about this Mars going retrograde in Cancer. It's squaring your sun, moon, or rising. So it's literally forcing you in a way to make some sort of changes or to realize something in your life that needs to change. And your challenge here is to recognize the power that you have, the Magician, to create this new reality that you're looking to create. Okay, bottom of the deck, you have the Fool. So there's definitely an overdue feeling of wanting to have a new beginning. It's like, now is the time to have a new beginning. I'm ready to have a new beginning. This is where you're at. So the Magician, your challenge for the month of January is clarified by the Four of Cups. You have the King of Swords and you have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so your biggest challenge here has a lot to do with a few things. The first thing is recognizing where your energy belongs. Some of you are learning at this time that not everything is worth your time, your energy, your response even. Okay, there's situations in your life where you feel like you're not wanted, you feel like you're rejected, you don't feel like you are in the right place. And the message here is to take the signs and the signals, because there's going to be signs, there's going to be things that show up for you that just simply don't feel right for you. It doesn't feel like it's your space, it's your area, okay, in a way. And you have the 7 of Cups here as well. So your biggest challenge has a lot to do with getting clear on your vision. Okay, now is the time not necessarily to take action. If you feel like you need to take action, great. But it may be met with a lot of delays and a lot of uncertainties. So the challenge here is to get super clear, 7 of Cups, on the type of things that you want to manifest. That means the vision that you have, the the taste, the smell, the feel, all of that. What does that look like for you? And we see this with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is very contemplative, okay? Especially in this card, the Knight of Swords is very contemplative and is focused primarily on their thoughts and their images in terms of what they're creating in their life. So if you feel at this time that you feel rejected, you feel like you're not wanted, you're not being heard, then maybe it's time to get clear on what you really want and start to shift away from the things that aren't functioning the way that you need them to. And always remember with the Magician as your challenge that you're going to be challenged to create the things that you want in life. Manifestation isn't just writing it down and then hoping it's going to happen. It's also about making the necessary plans by being very specific on what you want, which is ultimately going to create this type of new reality that you're looking for, because there's definitely something here about a new reality, a new direction that you are planning to take. Okay, so this is what I see for you. Let's talk about the recent past and let's clarify all the cards for you. Okay, so in the recent past, we're going to start off with the Strength. So the Strength here is clarified by, you have the Page of Swords, you have the World, and you have the 7 of Wands. So in the recent past, I do feel that you gave up on something here. Okay, something here started to become so intense that you ended up giving up on it. You could have said, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. Something here could have just kept going in a cycle, on and on and on and on and on. And you could have said, you know what, I'm done. Many of you came to the conclusion that you needed to start setting boundaries and sticking to your values here in the past, because perhaps somebody here didn't appreciate maybe your stance on something here. Maybe you had a certain opinion about something, you wanted something here a certain way. But as a result, I feel like something here came to an end because it started to become more difficult. And no matter how much you tried to make the situation work, it appears that you may have tried to find all the information needed to keep this going, but it just wasn't sustainable here in the past. Now you have the Empress here as well. So I do feel like for some of you, there was a family situation in the past where there was a choice or a decision that needed to be made. 2 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and you have the 4 of Wands. So in the recent past, there was a family dynamic. There was a house relationship, housing situation. There was an opportunity to make this situation better, okay? But because things started to become very intense here in the past, this opportunity that arose that had some sort of substance to it may have not completed the way that you wanted it to. So there was a choice and a decision may have been made here. For some of you, this opportunity could have been taken and it could have been successful. But for majority of you, something here crumbled. Okay, and this situation created a tower moment. And this tower moment that happened really opened your eyes to realize that something here needs to change. And that's the whole point of this Mars retrograde. This Mars retrograde is really going to help us to reevaluate the things in our life that are not functioning the way that they need to. and power struggles happen, conflicts happen, misuse of power happens during this Mars retrograde, because it's showing us that something here needs to change. Something here needs to get better, okay? You have the Hermit, the Devil, and the Seven of Pentacles. So in the recent past, there was a lot of this internalization. Really thinking about why something stopped working here, why things aren't stable. Something here in the past was unhealthy, and that's why the family dynamic or the housing situation or the relationship in general between you and this person crumbled. And there was a lot of reevaluating, what's my next move? What should I do? I don't want to be stuck in this situation. This is what I feel happened for you in the past, okay? Now, let's talk about the present moment. Let's clarify all the cards. Okay, so the moon, okay, in the present moment, there's a lot of unknowns, okay? A lot of you are saying, I want to know what's going on. Something is being hidden from you. You're not quite clear on the situation and you want more from it, okay? You have the King of Wands, you have the Judgment, and you have the Ace of Wands. So in the present moment, something is coming to your attention. This is you, by the way, King of Wands. So this is a very important message personally to you. This is a personal message to you. And the message here is that a lot of you are starting to realize that it's time, actually, you're starting to realize that you're overdue for something, okay? That's what I'm getting intuitively. Something is overdue. What do I mean by overdue? I mean that something that you know that you should have done a long time ago, you haven't done. Now it's coming to your attention that something here needs to change. It's getting more intense. Something here is becoming more and more and more intense. And there's, excuse me, there's something here that needs to change. What's coming to your attention intuitively, because the moon is very intuitive, it's very feminine, it's very motherly in nature, it's very maternal. And maternal has instinct. Remember, the moon is instinctual, okay? And the Judgment is about what? Realizations, awakening, epiphany. So you're realizing in the present moment, and this is confirmation. This is confirmation for majority of you. The confirmation here is the Ace of Wands. You know, no matter what, a new beginning has to happen, a new way of doing things, a new direction, a new passion, a new project. A lot of you are not sure how you're going to get this off the ground, but a lot of you are looking for that confirmation. Once you get the confirmation that it's time for you to completely move into a new direction, a lot of you are going to find the energy to do it, okay? Some of you want to have a new beginning, but you just don't have the energy at this time. And it could be because now is more or less a time to plan than it is to take action, all right? Now, with the Knight of Wands, a lot of you are asking, should you take action? And the answer is yes, I feel like you should. But action, like I said, doesn't have to be physical action. It could be action in terms of planning, which I feel like has a lot to do with your challenge. Because as you can see with this card, the Magician, everything that the Magician is creating and manifesting starts in their mind, okay? Which is connected to the planet Mercury. And as you can see on this card, the Magician is connected to the sign, the planet, excuse me, Mercury, right? So everything is starting from your mind, and you can envision yourself taking action. You can envision yourself in terms of where you're going and the direction that you're taking. So the Knight of Wands is clarified by the Three of Swords, you have the Four of Swords, and you have the Page of Wands. Here's that Page of Wands again. It's showing, it constantly is showing up for you. One of the things that the message here for you, Aries, is that when you finally decide to completely move into a new direction, I do strongly feel that that's going to be the first step, the first process to your healing journey, okay? So if you are in this place right now where you're saying, I really want to heal from this pain, this trauma that I've been through, I can't do this anymore, you know I need to move on from this. A lot of you are getting the message right now in the present moment that as soon as you start to take action, whenever you decide to do that, that's actually going to be the start to your healing process, to the actual healing process that you are looking to have. Okay. Now you also have the Wheel of Fortune as well. So I feel with the Wheel of Fortune, there's major abundance that's coming in for you, major changes. And with these changes, you're going to start seeing the abundant results that you've been looking for. You have the Eight of Wands, the Five of Cups, and you have the Hangman as well. Okay. So I feel for you in the present moment, there's definitely going to be a lot of this thinking and getting messages and communication and trying to take action. One of the things that you have to be careful of in the present moment is, before you decide to take action, really think about why you're taking action and what's the purpose behind it. You have the Hangman here in the Five of Cups. So the message here is try not to allow a negative situation in your life to hold you back. Okay. Looking at the negatives, constantly focusing on the negatives, constantly focusing on the things that aren't working is really shifting your focus away from what actually will work and what actually will work in your favor. So one of the things that you're being called to do in the present moment is to really be open-minded. Okay. The reason why some of you feel stuck in the present moment is because, first of all, you know that change is coming. The next thing here is that a lot of you have a hard time seeing the positives out of the situation. So the question that you should ask yourself now in this time is, what can I do to shift my focus into seeing the possible positives of this situation in order to harness the opportunities within it? And I think once you shift your focus about the situation and you start to focus on this new direction that you're going to be taking, how you're going to take it, how it's going to look for you, how it's going to feel, then it's going to be a lot more easier to make that shift, because that's where I feel like you're at in the present moment. And there's a lot of abundance coming in for you when you decide to finally take that action. And I think that this delay that you're going through right now is really helping you to see what needs to change in order to finally take action when the opportunity arises, because the opportunity will arise for you to finally take that action. Okay, let's talk about the near future. Now, in the near future, there's a new thing that's coming in for you. And this new thing that comes into your life is really going to finally help you to realize that it's okay to move into this new direction. A lot of you are uncertain about moving into this new direction, but it's going to lead to something that you've always wanted with the Star here. So let's clarify all the cards. Let's see what's happening for you. Okay, so let's see. You have the Hermit here. We'll start with the Hermit. So the Hermit, which is all about internalizing our thoughts, going within, spending time on our own, really just trying to find the answers within ourselves. The Hermit is clarified by the Two of Cups. You have the King of Cups and you have the Ten of Pentacles. So in the near future for you, there's definitely this questioning about a relationship. Okay, if you're involved in a relationship or if a relationship is prominent in your life, one of the things that you have to remember as an Aries, okay, especially if you're a rising Aries, your 7th house is ruled by Libra, and Libra is all about what? Relationships. So I feel like there is a relationship that's coming into your life. This can be a new relationship or it can be one that you're already involved in. This relationship is going to have a big impact on your life. And I think that this relationship that's coming into your life, how you may be asking, well, how is it going to have a big impact on my life? The way it's going to have a big impact on your life is there's going to be financial resources, financial opportunities with the 10 of Pentacles here that you're going to have access to through another person. So one of the things that you should consider here in the near future is, who are you getting involved with? Who are you choosing to be in a relationship with? Who are you choosing to let into your life? Because you don't have to do all of this on your own. A lot of you may feel overwhelmed in the near future, and you may say to yourself, I really want to be able to have love. I really want to be able to experience what love truly means. And I feel for you in the near future, there's a very strong energy here with the Two of Cups that a relationship is going to come into your life and it's going to play a significant role connected to your finances. So the message here is to possibly maybe be open to this relationship because it can lead to something great. Others of you I see, and again, the stories can vary depending on your personal situation. The star here is about your future, and it's about really taking control of your future and the things that you want, the vision that you have, the dream that you have. I always say with the star, it's about wishing on a star. When you see a star, a shooting star, and you wish upon it, you ultimately get your wish. And this is what you're doing here in the near future. Some of you are choosing, okay, you have the Eight of Cups, the Six of Wands, and you have the Hierophant. Some of you are choosing in the near future to completely walk away from a marriage or something that you've committed yourself to. This could be a job that you've been in. There's something here that you've been involved in for quite some time, but it's just not fulfilling for you anymore, okay? And you've been wanting to manifest something bigger and better. So I feel in the near future, this has a lot to do with your success. So some of you, this is about your career. Others of you, this is about a marriage, commitment, okay? A group maybe that you've committed yourself to. Some of you are choosing to walk away from certain institutions, friends, jobs, relationships, because there's something better out there for you, and you know that and you feel that. And a lot of you have been waiting for that confirmation. And I think after this Mars retrograde, which I feel it's going to end, I think around February 25th or something like that, it ends. So there's still a lot of this internalized energy that's taking place. But either way, you're disconnecting from something. Okay? You're walking away and disconnecting from something. There is a new relationship, new love that's coming in, Ace of Cups, which is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. I think one of the things that you may not realize, the Hierophant, there's a very important connection that's coming into your life. Very, very important. It's going to change your life. Now, it's going to come in very slowly with the Knight of Wands, but I feel if you are somebody, let's say you're watching this and you say, hey, you know, I want to meet the right person. I want to meet this new person. It's going to happen for you when you least expect it, okay? And I feel like this new direction that you're gonna take is gonna happen when you start to focus more on yourself, when you start to really take care of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself. It's not narcissistic. Don't feel bad if you're putting yourself first, because that's the first step that you may need to take to get closer to this new direction that you're taking, especially when it comes to a relationship. I feel like new love is coming in for you, okay? So let's get some advice. Let's see what your advice is. What's the advice for Aries for the month of January? Your biggest piece of advice here is the Ten of Swords. You have the Eight of Pentacles and you have the Three of Swords. So your biggest piece of advice here is to really honor your heart, okay? This is something that a lot of us have forgotten to do, okay? This is a big thing. Our heart speaks to us. Our heart actually speaks to us, whether you're aware of that or not. And your biggest piece of advice here is to recognize the things in your life, the cycles in your life that are coming to an end. Don't ignore them, because the more you ignore the fact that something here is coming to an end, the more you realize how much pain it's causing you. Be open to working on healing your heart. And one of the ways that you can do this is by recognizing what is coming to an end in your life. Accept the fact that something here is coming to an end, because the quicker you accept that the situation is coming to an end, the less you're going to be hurt about it. The more you're going to be able to focus on rebuilding something here, okay? Which is very much connected to your heart center. This is about freeing yourself from pain, freeing yourself from trauma, and it's going to involve work. It's not something that's just going to happen for you. It's going to involve work. But if you take the necessary steps to do this, I promise you, you're going to be able to get back to this place of feeling fulfilled once again, okay? So Aries, this is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.